If you've ever found yourself thinking or saying out loud those words, "I don't think I'm sick enough," then this video is for you. This is an important topic that we need to really discuss, and I don't feel like I have in a long time. But if you are here, if you follow me because you are stuck in really bad patterns with food and restriction and overexercise and EDs and all of that, please, please, please stay for this video because it could potentially save your life. And I actually am not I'm not exaggerating here. It actually really could. So if you've ever said this, "I'm not sick enough, it's not that bad," they're overreacting, they're exaggerating here, then I want you to drop down your favorite emoji in the comment section, okay? I want to know if you have ever thought this or said this, or if you've ever adamantly yelled this at your mother. I know I did many times. "I'm not sick enough. What are you talking about? I'm healthy. I'm fine. Leave me alone. Let me be in my disorderedness." So we are going to continue the conversation that we had last week on Zahana Dar, which is the raw vegan influencer who unfortunately just passed away. Now in that video, that wasn't like an anti-vegan video, actually. I mean, I'm always kind of a little bit on the side of I really don't think that that is a sustainable diet for most people in this planet. But it's okay. But I really was just talking about the fact that her ED, most likely, I'm inferring, you cannot, I don't know, I'm not her doctor, but we can just infer, we can guess that she had an ED, right? So I was saying that that is what led her, unfortunately, to the whole thing that happened to her death. Really, really, really sad story, but we can utilize this, guys, to help you not have the same outcome. And if you're thinking, "No, that's crazy, I'm not going to have the same outcome," this is exactly why you need to watch this video, and that's exactly why this video could potentially save your life. And I'm not exaggerating with that. It actually can. So hold on, listen to this one. It's important. I'm going to start this video off with an email that I got the other day from someone who she inferred about my program 2 months ago or something like that, about my big course, Get Your Flow On. And we were back and forth quite a while and she couldn't decide and she ended up not deciding. And I reached back out to her and I was like, "Hey, how's it going? How's recovery going? I'd love to hear where you're at." If you guys don't know this already, I genuinely care about people getting better. And I'm always thinking about you guys and I'm always reaching out, whether you're a client or not. I'm just I want you guys to get better. I'm here for you. Now, before I read this email, I have to say, first off, I'm not reading anything that would infer anything about her life, or you guys have no idea who she is. Second off, I am not judging. I'm not judging her. I'm not thinking this stupid person. I'm not. I'm utilizing what she's saying here to show you guys what happens in EDs and the danger of EDs, okay? It's no judgment. I was in the same place. Everything I talk about, I'm I've gone through it myself. I never judge. I never judge. I understand. I really do understand it. But she said, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't apply to the program. I got scared. I have to admit, I have not made any progress and even had quite some steps back the past few weeks due to an ever big bloated belly that doesn't want to go down even after waking up." If you've watched some of my videos, you probably understand why that's happening. Digestive system can't work in restriction. We will end up feeling very bloated and gain a lot of water weight in our midsection when we are restricting heavily. So it makes sense that as she started restricting more, that belly bloat is just not going away. I've never been so unbloated in my life as being recovered, even though I'm X amount heavier. That doesn't matter. Now my metabolism works and I'm not bloated anymore. Okay, that doesn't want to go down even after waking up. I walk more, eat less, and count my calories again. I hate it, but don't seem to be able to go back the way I was by the time we talked. So this is so classic, the ED. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten this email, right? It's not just this one person. I'm not calling her out. I'm saying this is just a phenomena, is that the ED hates help and guidance and support. But guess what, guys? This is one of the toughest, physical and psychological and emotional things that you could possibly go through. It is tough. And to not have that support and that care and that guidance and that help can make everything extraordinarily hard, which is why most people have anywhere from 3 to 10 people working with them to help them recover from an ED. Like once they get serious, it's like, okay, I need support. I need like direction here. The ED is never going to want to recover. The ED is never going to let you know how bad you actually are. That is the reality of it. And that's why I was like, if you've ever said these words to yourself, like, am I sick enough? I'm like, that is absolute BS to be asking yourself that. Because the ED is always going to respond to no. And we're going to talk about this in 1 second, but I'm going to bring up one other thing. The reason why this made me really sad this morning to read this was because I read some messages from some people who joined my course like around the same time, like within the last year. And this is what one of them said today. Hi, everyone. She's in the community typing. It's been a long time since I haven't showed up here. She's not a native speaker, so since I don't show up here, since I haven't shown up here, she's cute. A lot of things going on in my life recently. I think I'm just not interested in food anymore. My body is simply working better because I did let go of this obsession with food and started focusing on my life, my dreams, and love. Yes, for the first time, I'm in love with someone. I don't know what to do or how to manage my emotions right now, but yes, it's a new chapter of my life. The only thing that is an issue is my body image, however I perceive my body, but I know I haven't worked enough in this area, so I will be watching the body image module from the course again. This was like, I just want to hone in on the beginning part. I think I'm just not interested in food anymore. You guys, this is my goal. Like, this literally is my goal. To get food to take its rightful place again in your life, which shouldn't be 90% of your thoughts, right? It should be just like 30% of your thoughts of just when you were hungry or when, you guys need to decide a restaurant to go to or what to eat for dinner that night. But it shouldn't be at 8 a.m. I am planning out what I'm eating for the next 2 weeks, right? And so I just like loved hearing from her. She was like, I let go of this obsession with food and I started focusing on my life. She found the love of her life and she is doing amazing. She got her period back a couple months ago. And she has been doing absolutely great. Still some things to work on, but I love how she's like, I have a resource. I have this body image module and I have you guys and I'm going to go through it and I'm going to ask you guys more questions. And I'm really going to focus on really getting over this hunch, right? And then some other snapshots that I got just from the course in the last literally just couple days. One person said, hi guys, yesterday was my sister's birthday, which meant 2 huge fears, maybe even 3. We had fondue and cheesecake dessert from a bakery my sister and I used to work at. I had all of the things and I had immense guilt, but I am proud that I chose my family and experience over my ED. That is a huge win. I think a lot of people think that if guilt is still there, it's not a win. That's BS. If you did something and you felt guilty, look how strong and powerful you are for still surviving, for still being here, and you did it. Over time, the guilt will go away. But it's so good to be able to move and take action and do things with fear, and that's what she just did. Someone else said the last 2 days have been very go with the flow type of days. This is so amazing to hear after I know this person was very type A, super perfectionistic, super like by the book with things, right? So I've just been going with the flow, right? I went out to dinner both nights and just ordered what sounded good. And I'm just now realizing I ate ice cream twice in 1 day, which would have freaked me out before finding food freedom. This other person wrote, just wanted y'all to know that everyone is making such great progress. It's such a beautiful thing to be a part of this incredible community of fabulous women. I have also wanted to say that with all of this hard work Chloe has taught us, every time I look in the mirror, I see a more radiant woman looking back at me that is full of life and color in her eyes. Her hair is looking thicker and healthier. And also I see a woman who is no longer peeing 100 times a day. So you guys, these are girls who finally decided, you know what, even though I'm scared, even though my ED doesn't want to, even though I'm anxious about recovery, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to get the support and the guidance to do it. And look at where they're at. Look at where they're at. I'm going with the flow. I'm eating fondue and cheesecake. I'm feeling like a vibrant, radiant woman again. It's like, it's so important that we allow ourselves to get help and support. Let's go into Zahana Dar now. This is time to bring this up. Mom of dead vegan influencer Zahana Dar fought to save her. Quote, she chose her path. Let's read this article here. The mother of vegan influencer Zahana, who died of starvation and exhaustion after subsisting exclusively on raw fruits and vegetables, claimed that she battled hard to save her daughter, but to no avail. This is like the thing that is so hard, is that no one else can make you recover. This is why I make these videos, so that you get inspired to recover. You can see my life. You can see everything I do, how I travel, how I eat, and all of that. And you can be like, I want that. I'm going to do it, because at the end of the day, you have to be the one that chooses. So the responsibility is on you here. She said, quote, I fought for many years, but she did not listen to her mother. She chose this path. Her 39-year-old daughter, better known as Zahana Dar to her millions of social media followers, died July 21st in a Malaysian hospital after traveling across Asia for the past 17 years. This marked a tragic outcome for the mother, who said she tried for years in vain to convince Zahana to ditch her extreme diet and adopt more balanced eating habits. And she wasn't the only one imploring the plant eater to cease her potentially fatal regimen. In the final months leading up to her death, Zahana's friends pleaded with her to eat more substantive foods, but she refused to change her lifestyle. Think about for a second, guys. I'm sharing this so that you can be introspective. Think about for a second, have you in the last 2-3 months been like, I refuse to change my lifestyle. I refuse to stop exercising as much. I refuse to start eating differently. Have you said this? Because you could be potentially doing exactly what she did, which didn't end up well. This is why I want you guys to understand this. The continual refusing to make a change in how you are living is potentially going to cost you your life. And I'm not making that up. Look at what just happened here. So many people die from EDs every single year. I've known people personally. It's a serious thing. Everyone thinks that it's not going to happen to them. Like everyone. I look back at pictures of me now and I'm like, yep, it 1000% could have happened. I have no idea how it didn't. I'm so lucky to still be alive, honestly, because what I did was insane. But at the time it didn't feel insane. So that's the thing. At the time it didn't feel insane. Okay, guys. So you might not be feeling insane, but if people around you were like, this is insane, you have to just listen, please. So someone said, I tried to talk to her to convince her to seek help from doctors to take tests. I showed her body in the mirror and in photographs of past years. She added, I bought her fruits every morning. It was impossible to get her to eat something else. Boolean arguments didn't work. Zahana believed that death does not exist. Whew, and that is a dangerous thought there, right? Thinking, I am invincible. No one's invincible. As a result, the plant pusher had withered away to a wisp of her former self, to the point at which she was bedbound for a month and took minutes to climb one step of her staircase. Quote, I watched her journey to death for 7 years, the devastated pal recalled. About 5 months ago, I met Zahana in Sri Lanka, and she had a haggard look. Her legs were swollen. It was amazing that she was still moving. I think she did it through pain. Meanwhile, another one of Zahana's pals, who she met in Thailand, described her as, quote, scary to look at, and compared her hands to their 12-year-old sisters. Other friends had harsh words for the deceased, with one declaring Miss Samova's idle starvation was causing her to melt before her eyes, but she believed everything was fine. Only her eyes, merry eyes, and gorgeous hair compensated for the dreadful sight of a body tortured by idiocy, they added. Forgive me if that sounds harsh. So the sad thing here is that Zahana did have people in her life who were raising the red flags. This is unhealthy. This is crazy. You should get help. You should seek medical attention. And she refused to do it. She thought she was invincible. Maybe she thought it's not that bad. Maybe she thought absolutely nothing was bad. So sometimes when we are in these states, I remember it's like I was so skinny. I was so tired. I was so out of it. And yet I was like, I'm the epitome of health. So you guys, at the end of this video here, do not jet off right now. Please stay for like 1 more minute. I want you to just ask yourself these questions. In the last year, have I had anyone mention that I look unhealthy, that my lifestyle is unhealthy, that I should eat differently, and that how I eat is extreme? Have I been feeling sick, lethargic? Is my hair falling out? Do I not have a period? Am I having digestive issues? Is my metabolism okay? What's going on with that? Not just are you skinny, that's not metabolism. Metabolism is the rate and efficiency in which your body works. So is your body working good? Do you have a hot body temperature? Are you ovulating? Are you sleeping deep? Like those are important things to ask yourself. And I want you to just spend some time on those two questions. Where am I really at? Because again, no one can make you recover. No one. No one's going to save you, okay? You have to save yourself. You have to finally go, I got to hire someone to help me out. I got to go to the doctor. I got to go to inpatient. I got to work with this dietitian. I got to join this program. I got to do something. I got to get out of this. Only you can decide that you're going to do that. Because you can even be pushed in these places. Because there was a time that I got pushed into a treatment center, but what good did that do? I didn't want to be recovered, so I just kept on with my unhealthy patterns and unhealthy behaviors. There's a ton of resources for you guys out there. I hope that you really, really see the benefit in investing in yourself and investing in a team to help you out. The people that I work with that are like, they just get it, they have a team. They have people behind them that are giving them guidance and support on this journey. And that's what I see just really help people propel forward. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for listening, guys. I hope it was of huge support for your recovery. If you haven't seen my video yet of how to get your period back, you might want to just hop on over to that one right now and continue your learning of ED recovery. All right, guys, love you very much. I will see you later.